The warm spring temperatures have finally allowed residents to start enjoying the parks throughout the Attleboro area. However, residents aren't the only ones enjoying the parks. Canadian geese have made their landing on various fields throughout the area, and what they leave behind is starting to become an issue for those using the fields. The Recreation Department has made various attempts at scaring the birds away, but has had limited success. We spoke with the Recreation Department Director, Dennis Walsh, to learn more about their efforts.
Hi, I'm Dennis Walsh, Recreation Director here in the city of Attleboro. We're at Finberg Field today where we have 4 baseball diamonds, and it's the home of a problem that we are seeing at all of our fields throughout the city and in many other communities are having as well, and that is with the Canadian geese and their daily droppings on the fields. It's really started a couple of years ago to become a big problem for us. We've been working on it in various ways since then. Many residents would have noticed last year we had the decoys out, the coyote decoys, and they worked for a couple of weeks at a time, and then the geese are smarter than we think they are. They actually figure it out that they're decoys. That was an attempt we tried to resolve the problem. It didn't work, but it works a little bit, so we're trying it a bit again this year. There are many things that we can do to try to remedy the problem. The main thing is do not feed the geese. If there are any residents out there and you see the geese maybe at Lee's Pond or some other place where there's water, do not feed the geese. That is what will keep them here in our area and flying around to the different fields and leaving the problem for the kids that are playing ball, etc. It's not a health hazard. We have, not with the new health agent, but with Jim Mooney, we went through it a couple of years ago and reviewed everything to make sure that it's not a health hazard. So you don't have to worry from that perspective. But, you know, we have youngsters on the fields. We have people who are walking through the parks, etc. And it's just not something that we want to have out here. So we do our best to keep up with it. But again, it's not a health hazard. It's not something that folks have to worry from that perspective. But it's just kind of unsightly, and it's one of those things that you look at it and you kind of take a step back. And especially, when you see a flock of 50 to 100 of them come in, and they say that they average at least a pound a day of droppings per geese, it can really become quite a problem. The Canadian geese are about 10 to 14 pounds. You notice them when they have the long black neck and the white collar. They actually are not migrating birds. They actually are what they call residence birds. They actually stay here in the area. This is a difficult time of the year because this is breeding season. So one of the things we need to try to do is prevent the breeding. There's a couple of options to try to do that. We're working again this year. We've tried a new product that we spray on a couple of fields. It seems to work pretty well. Unfortunately, it's very expensive. It is not something that is harmful to children or anything like that. It's fully approved. And so we've tried that over at Horton Field. It seems to have worked pretty well. We are going to try to do a little bit more of that, but it is so cost prohibitive that we can't do all the fields with that. The main thing that we do, and it's very, very labor intensive, is we have the sweeper, which is it's a machine that we kind of share between the park department and the recreation department on our facilities. And it's just what you would see out in the yard. Someone using it in their yard. It kind of breaks up the goose droppings, and then the back part of it sweeps it up and brings it away. The best solution, they say, is to have a trained dog with a trainer out here to chase them away. We've done this in a couple of variations in the past. Some local residents were very kind and helpful to us in this. One of the options we're going to look into is talking to the people who, we have the beautiful new dog shelter down on Pond Street, maybe getting some of the folks who have a love and an interest in dogs and having some of them come out to the fields, give them a permit like we've given Bill Crowley and Nick Hazelton in the past to come out in the fields and help us. The key is it's best to have a trained dog, but the key is to have a dog who, when you throw the ball, the dog will run after the ball and chase the ball and not run after the geese. If they can do that, then they probably can do the job for us. So if there are any residents out there who would like to get some exercise for themselves and their dogs, feel free to contact me at the Recreation Department. Our number is 774-203-1889. You could talk to myself or Tim Killian, program coordinator with me at the Rec Department, and maybe we can meet and discuss the possibility of trying to help us with this.